All right then, so now what we have to do is we have to customize this home screen over here. So let's add some padding stuff for this main container over here. So for this, what I'm going to do is, so class name, so class for this, so just let's add some padding for the first for the mobile screen. So for the px it's going to be 4, so padding is going to be 4, and from the medium devices onwards the padding it's going to be 6. From the large devices onwards it's going to be padding px, it's going to be let's say like 24 or 20 or something, which is going to be 80 pixels. And from the XL devices onwards, the super large devices like the full HD 12,280 pixels, so from that devices onwards pixels px it's going to be 32. All right, so these are the responsive paddings that we are going to add for this main divisions over here. So save these changes. All right, so far, and if I move it, so currently because of the content we can't understand how this padding is going to affect this entire layout, right? So next what we have to do is we have to break this layout. So for instance, in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wireframe this. For instance, you can see this is going to be the wireframe. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me bring the channel. Okay, over here. So see, this is the layout that we are planning to design, right? So in this sections, the 3/4 of this portion is going to be the place where we are going to render the entire block content. And in this right side, this is the place where we are going to render the suggestions for the block containers, the blocks, list of blocks which you are going to display over here. So inside that, we are going to have this card section where we are going to render the image over here, and as well as we are going to render some title, and we are going to render some descriptions about that, something like this. And we are going to repeat these stuffs over here, right? Only for the active block which we are displaying over here, we are going to add some shadow effect for it to highlight that this is the block which is currently being active, right? And over here, I'm going to display the blog title. Oops. I'm going to display the blog title over here, something like this, blog title. Okay, and right underneath it I'm going to bring a small portion which is going to display the author information, the author who uploaded that. Then we are going to display the complete cover image of that particular blog, and underneath it we are going to bring the short description about the blog, and right after here we are going to bring the main content of the blog. This is what is going to be. All right, so this is the main wireframe layer that we are planning to design out for the large screens. This is going to be from the large screens. From the medium device onwards, we are just going to take this container, this block container, to the entire screen, and the remaining suggestions should come underneath it. So that's what we are planning to do. All right, so now I hope you understand the entire layout structure of the home container. So let's go to our home page. Let's open the home page. This is the section which we do have. So here, what I'm going to do is, let's say, so class, I'm going to make this as a grid. Okay, grid, this should take the grid, and for the mobile screen grid column, it's going to be only one. And from the medium device onwards, grid column, it's going to be 2. What we can do is, instead of keeping it as 2, let's make this as complete. It should occupy the grid columns, complete all the 12 frames. Then I'm going to break this into several frames over here. What I'm going to do is, the gap between each frame is going to be 4. Okay, so over here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring 2 divisions. So this is going to be the left section, and this is going to be the right section. So for this, I'm just going to say blog container, and this is going to be the suggestion hash suggestion container. All right, and this, let's say for the time being, let's keep it as 1, and for this, let's keep it as 2. Say this changes 2. All right, so for this, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a class. So padding, it's going to be p4, and bg, it's going to be gray 400, and for this I'm going to keep this 600, save its changes. And now we can see currently it's accessing this level. So width, of course, it should always take the complete width full. For this also, width full. Okay, still doesn't make any sense because the layout is not occupying the complete grid layout over there. So what we have to do is, I need to make sure for this, the column span of this, it's going to be 1 for what? For the mobile screen. But from the medium screen onwards, the column span should take the 8. Column span should take the 8. Let's try 8. And for this, also do the same. Column span is going to be 1. From the medium device onwards, column span should be 4 because we are taking overall 12 columns. So the left shade division should take the 8 of it and the right division should take the 4 of it. So save these changes. Okay. And the reason why it's not taking it's because it's not taking the complete width. Take the width full. Okay. Still it's having the issue. I think this is because it is in the main container. Main container is not taking the width full. So width full. Yeah, now we can see it's taking the complete width over here. Look at that. All right, so now I hope you understand. So for instance, if I'm minimizing the screen, see, once it reaches the mobile screen, so it's automatically shuffled up like this. From the medium devices onwards, it's automatically going to change its complete UI. This is how it's going to be in the big screen, and this is how it's going to be in the desktop screens. All right. So now we fix the entire layout. Let's go ahead and add the content one by one inside each of its sections. So that's what we are about to do next.